Lucky as well. Let's try and sort this out. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this. All right, Shalom Israel. Before I start, I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Yahara, Kakadash, double honors to the elders and apostles in Israel who will and teach well, to the Akim and the Iwas and Bibles and those pushing videos in truth, sincerity, to the brothers and sisters in the truth. You know what, we'll do this. It's lucky as well. Yeah. Yeah, this kingdom is coming to an end. And the Most High is looking to destroy this place, and there's a number of reasons why the Most High is looking to destroy this place. But I want to touch on one of those reasons. And this lesson really is inspired by the elder from GMS Exalt the Most High 7. So, check out the elder's channel, subscribe to his channel. I've subscribed to his channel, not on our main channel, but on my own profile. And check out this video, Esau system has no sure function. And I just want to play a little bit of this video here that he plays, because you can see the confusion that this kingdom brings. It brings a lot of confusion, and because of that confusion, which is why everything is all upside down, out of course, which is why we need to be back in our rightful position so that we can put everything back in its rightful place. So I just want to play a little bit of what the elder says here, and then another video, and just touch this, because this place has to go. If you're actually liking this kingdom, then you're part of the problem, because there's nothing right in this kingdom. So like I said, I just want to play a little bit of what the elder's touching on here, and then go into it myself.
Right, so we got a video here. Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson refused to define the word woman in her Supreme Court confirmation hearing Tuesday.
And you know what? This is how the devil is wicked now. As I start to do my lesson, my phones are starting to ring off.
But she and Democrats repeatedly opened on the historical significance of the fact that she was the first black woman nominee.
Yeah, so let me play that again, because it's like, yeah. Let me play this again. Yeah, listen to what the elder says.
Using them problems. Right, so we got a video here. Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson refused to define the word woman.
Now, why would you refuse to define the word woman? Yeah, when we all know what a woman is, and we know what a male is. But this is the kingdom that we're in, the confusion that this kingdom brings. And for certain of our people to get into certain places, you have to agree to support and uphold that same confusion.
in her Supreme Court confirmation hearing Tuesday, but she and Democrats repeatedly opened on the historical significance of the fact that she was the first black woman nominee.
Yeah, so that's what I want to play. The confusion that they're trying to set up with defining what a woman is. Now, let me quickly look up this definition. Woman. Definition of a woman. An adult female human being, so the female member of a workforce, etc. Female associated with a particular place, activity, or that. What is the true definition of a woman? A woman belonging to a particular category as by birth. So when we're born, our so when I'm looking, our definition as to what we're going to be, either male or female, this is when these things are determined. It says as by birth, resident, membership, or occupation. Usually used in combination, counts woman distinctively female nature, womanness, a woman who is a servant or personal attendant. Hold on, there's a better one. Hold on. It's lucky. This I didn't look to before I started this. So this is what Esau does. After time, when you find something, they'll define certain things, and then later in time, they change that to try and justify their narratives that they're bringing out. See, I'm finding what I was looking for. Let me try something else. Let's look at this. Yeah, a woman says what DNA can tell us. Genes alone cannot account for what a person is, but even the slightest distinguishing traits between can be attributed to individuals. So genes is rarely all or nothing. In almost every case, your version of a gene will give you an increased or lowered chance of a particular outcome, like becoming obese, but that outcome is not certain. Your other genes and environmental influences, such as how much you eat, so, sex, this is obviously the simplest thing DNA can tell you is whether someone is male or female, yeah? Apart from some very rare cases that doesn't even involve looking at their DNA sequence, all you need to know is whether they have X and Y, yeah, which is what creates a male, chromosomes making them male, or a pair of X's, which makes them female. The fetus will by default develop as female unless the SRY gene or the Y chromosome is turned on. So this is how, from birth, we're either determine whether we're male or female. Now, let me quickly play this back what the elder was saying. Yeah, because Esau tries to confuse all of these things, and these things were set from the beginning.
Right, so we got a video here. Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson refused to define the word woman.
And why would you be refusing to define the word woman? You know, we know what a woman is. But the reason why the sister is refusing, one, she's been nominated to be a judge. When you know, this is why I say watch the elders lesson, because he goes into her a bit more. But Esau is trying to change the definition of what a woman is. You know, this is in with his God complex. Yeah.
In her Supreme Court confirmation hearing Tuesday, but she and Democrats repeatedly opened on the historical significance of the fact that she was the first black woman nominee.
Yeah. So instead of trying to focus on the question, because when you watch the elders lesson, you see that another judge was asking her a question, what defines being a woman? And she sort of skirted around that. But as the elder was reading, what they tried to harp on is that she's the first black nominee. That's neither here nor there to the question that's asked. This is the system that we're in. Now, if you look at this video here, this is recent. Okay. What the hell? Every time I go to a lesson,
I'm an author and I sell literally thousands of books on Amazon every single month. And then quick.
Yeah.
Today,
So
Governor
I wanna play this video here.
Today, Governor Ron DeSantis was in Wesley Chapel signing a new.
So Esau likes to try and play God with his witchcraft. Yeah. So let's see this video. It says, Governor DeSantis declares Sarasota swimmer winner over transgender athlete. Yeah. And the issue that happened recently, there was a female race, swimming race, but one of the contendants and the winner of this race was a transgender, a male who made himself out to be a female.
Today, Governor Ron DeSantis was in Wesley Chapel signing a new high school financial literacy bill into law. This would require basic finance classes for high school students. And while he was there, he weighed in on the swimmer from Sarasota who got second place in the women's 500-yard freestyle race in the NCAA finals last week. The governor signed a proclamation naming Emma Wyant the best female swimmer in that race. Wyant lost to a transgender swimmer from the University of Pennsylvania named Leah Thomas. Many Florida Republican lawmakers have.
This is what Esau does. You know? He tries to make you convince yourself that something is not what it is. For instance, I remember as a youth, you know, first coming over here, I heard the term black. You know, I didn't hear that term before in the country that I was born. You know, coming over here, you hear the term black. And I remember as a youth, I used to look at my skin and think to myself, I'm not black, I'm brown. Then as you grow, you sort of convince yourself to the narrative that is widely pushed. And this is what Esau is doing now, trying to push a narrative that, you know, if you're born a male, you can become a female and vice versa. But whatever this person has done to themselves, he can look and see that this is a male.
Thomas. Many Florida Republican lawmakers have already weighed in on this, and today Governor DeSantis went after the NCAA, saying, quote, they are perpetuating a fraud.
Now, the NCAA is basically taking it to destroy women's athletics. They're trying to undermine the integrity of the competition, and they're crowning somebody else the women's champion. And we think that's wrong.
The governor also responded at the press conference to the Disney controversy over the Don't Say Gay bill. He said today Disney's leadership has, quote, bought into a false narrative.
And that's what many of our people are doing, and buying into a false narrative. Or people, a lot of people in general, not just our people, but you know, many people are buying into this false narrative to think that You know, you can actually change what the Most High has done. Yeah. Now, if you just saw this image here without hearing what I said, what had been said previously, nothing would make you think that this was a female walking out. Yeah. But now you can actually say you are whatever it is you want to be, and everyone has to accept that, and that's just nonsensical. Yeah, this is the confusion that this kingdom brings, and that's one of the reasons why the Most High has to destroy this place, you know, and set up a kingdom where everything is actually the right way around. Now, this article, yeah, it says here's how sex reassignment surgery works. Now, this is part of Esau's witchcraft. Yeah, what's this guy called again? Bruce Jenner. Yeah, he had one of those sex reassignment surgery, to make him turn himself from a man into a woman. So coming down here, it says hormones. What do hormones do? Androgens are given to women to help them develop secondary male sex characteristics such as a beard and body hair. Estrogen and anti-androgens are given to men to help change their musculature, skin, and fat distribution, all of which will make them appear more feminine. Body hair also diminishes. So this is what these things do. You know, through Esau's witchcraft, he makes, as it says here, makes you appear. Look this up. Yeah, appear, come into sight, become visible, seem, give impression of being. So this is what all these things do. It gives you the impression, yeah, that a man is a woman and a woman is a man. And for some cases, it doesn't work very well, as we saw in this video here. You know, this man still looks like a man. Yeah. It's like, yeah. Says here, where's it that I wanted? Surgery. It's like, yeah. How's all of this? It's madness. Every time I start to do a lesson, something strange happens. That's a bit hard. Oh, it's lucky as well. No, I'm just going to read this here. It says, how, no. It says, how does one begin a process of changing one's sex? Now, changing your sex is something you can't really do. You can change the appearance of your sex, yeah, which is what Esau does, but you can't actually change your sex. Yeah, this is it says under the standards of care adopted by the World Professional Association for Transgender Health. The first step usually is meeting with a mental health professional. Now, if you know that back in the days, someone who was gay, you know, a male who was attracted to another male or female that was attracted to another female, that was actually classed as a mental condition. So now it says under the standards of care adopted by the World Professional Association for Transgender Health, the first step usually is meeting with a mental health professional for diagnosis and psychotherapy. And why are you meeting with a mental health professional? You know, the fact that, you know, you actually want to change your sex because you believe you was born in the wrong body. And the Most High don't make those mistakes. Yeah, that in itself should let you know that there's some kind of a mental health issue. But this is the sort of a kingdom that we live in where everything is upside down. It says a diagnosis of gender identity disorder or gender dysphoria and a letter of recommendation from a therapist allows a person to begin hormone therapy with a doctor. And this is what actually gives the appearance of the opposite sex, as we read a bit above. It says that is usually followed by a period of living publicly as a member of the opposite sex, and finally surgery to alter the genitalia and other body parts. And these don't really make you of the opposite sex, but this is Esau playing God. Now it says a diagnosis of gender identity disorder. What does it mean by it? It says a state of confusion, and this is what it really is. Yeah, to believe that you want to be a female if you was born a man and vice versa. Yeah, that is a state of confusion, and the scripture lets us know that the Most High is not the author of confusion, but the kingdom that we're in, that's what it is based upon. It is based upon confusion and based upon lies. And many people actually buy into that confusion because Esau wants to make himself out to be God, which he's not. In time to come, it will be shown that he's not God, but many of our people look up to Esau and believe the lies that he is actually trying to perpetrate. And when you look up that term male, it says of or denoting the sex that produces gametes, especially spermatozoa, with which a female may be fertilized or inseminated to produce offspring. So even with all this gender transformation, giving people certain hormones, hormone therapy to manipulate the body, because the body from birth is born with either XY chromosome or XX chromosome, which determines the sex of that individual. But then Esau then uses his witchcraft to try and trick the body to grow into or form in itself certain things that it shouldn't. So as was reading, where a female may start to grow, where is it? Where is it? Just want to find where it just said. With the female, what the hormones do, it says androgens are given to women to help them develop secondary male sex characteristics, such as a beard and body hair. So the female will be given these androgens to grow certain things that a male would do, and then the male is given estrogen and anti-androgens are given to men to help change their muscular structure, because the man tends to be more masculine in his appearance. Yeah, and this is all is witchcraft, and this is all the deception that Esau gives to our people, which is why this kingdom needs to go, man. It says here, going back to this, it says male, of or denoting the sex that produces gametes, especially spermatozoa, with which a female may be fertilized or inseminated to produce offspring. Yeah, because what does the scripture say? Be fruitful and multiply. Now, those who actually go through this process cannot multiply. A female who makes herself up to look as a man cannot produce spermatozoa. Yeah, and vice versa. A male that makes himself out to look like a female cannot produce. Where is that? They cannot produce. the eggs required, to help uh, make a child. Yeah, so it says gametes. Gametes are an organism reproductive cells. They are also referred to as sex cells. Female gametes are called ova or egg. So changing a man to look like a female, he cannot produce with all the hormone therapy that is given these gametes for them to have an ova or an egg. Yeah, and male gametes are called sperm and vice versa. A female that is given hormone therapy to look like a male cannot produce sperma. Gametes are haploid cells, and each cell carries only one copy of each chromosome. So this is the confusion that this kingdom gives us, which is why it needs to be destroyed, man. Yeah, XY sex determination system, because a male will have a XY chromosome system, and a female will have the XX. Yeah, and all of these are done from birth. It can't be done afterwards. Let me look at something. Does XY DNA mean? It says typically, biologically, male individuals have one X and one Y chromosome, XY, while those who are biologically female have two X chromosomes. However, there are exceptions to this rule. The sex chromosomes determines the sex of the offspring, and this is normally done from birth. Says, what is the gender? What is the meaning of XY? Individuals having two X chromosomes are female. Individuals having one X chromosome and one Y chromosome are male. The X chromosome resembles a large autosomal chromosome with a long and a short arm. And these things can't really be changed once you're born with these things. This is what you are. This is what your sex are, which is determined by the Most High. Esau, what he does with his trickery is give you hormone treatment to manipulate the body and producing certain things in the body to make you seem more like the other sex. But that does not actually make you of the other sex, one. Yeah, it says oh, come on. Yeah, it says, is a transgender woman still genetically male after reassignment surgery? So this person here is entering a female swimming contest, and there was a bit of an uproar with it because they ended up winning. Yeah, but the uproar is that this is actually a male still, which is true. But this kingdom now, the madness that it produces is trying to make you believe that a male is actually a female and vice versa, which is why many of our people will look at their skin and see that they're actually various shades of brown and call themselves black. Yeah, and some of our people are actually proud to be called black. No, we are not black, we're various shades of brown. But this is the manipulation that is given in this kingdom. This is why this place has to go. It says a curious adult from New Jersey asks, genetically, is a transgender woman still a male regardless if she has had sex realignment surgery? So this was 2 years back. It says, what a thought-provoking question. Firstly, it's important to understand that biological sex, and gender identity are not the same. It says biological sex refers to the physical features of a human body or anatomy. So, a male can get certain hormone treatments to make themselves look like a woman, and vice versa. But it says gender identity, what gender you actually are, refers to one's internal sense of being that may align more towards being a male, female, or anywhere in between. Some people who identify as non-binary may not have an internal sense of being a male or female at all. It says sex realignment surgery involves changing a person's anatomy. Yeah, so a man may have, his rod cut off and that area formed to look like a woman's private area and vice versa. It says whether a person identifies as a male or female shouldn't change after surgery, and it doesn't change their genetics either, which is key. Yeah. So even if you make yourself look like the opposite sex, your genetics still would be of the sex that you was born. So let's take a deeper dive. Genetics overall cannot be changed, so far at least, and which is what Esau would love to do, be able to be godlike to determine what actually your sex is. It says each person is born with a set of genetic instructions wound up into packages called chromosomes. The instructions can help determine things like hair color or eye color. There are also genetic instructions that can lead to sex characteristics. Sex chromosomes in particular determine whether someone will have female or male body parts. As you can see in the image below, these are chromosomes found in a typical person. We each have 23 pairs. The last pair are known as the sex chromosome. Usually a person will either have an XX, which will make you a female, or XY pair of chromosomes. And this is just an image of those chromosomes. Typically, someone with two X chromosomes will have female body parts. An individual with one X and Y and one Y sex chromosome will usually have male body parts. It is a preference of this Y chromosome that determines a person's biological sex. Whatever set of chromosomes a person has when they are born cannot be changed. Yeah, that's key. So as much as Esau is trying to put it in place to have, men have hormone treatment and women have hormone treatment to manipulate the physical appearance of the body, we see that regardless of that, whatever you're born, that's what you are underneath, which is why these people are upset. This is why the governor is upset, because now you have a male which has made himself out to look like, or trying to make himself look like the opposite sex. He still looks very masculine here, and people can see that, is dominating in a female event, and we know that technically men are normally stronger than female men. Look at this. It says, what DNA can tell us, yeah? Before I do that, let me bring this precept out. This is Romans 1. It's a question you have to ask yourself, man. Romans chapter 1, verse 25. Says, who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie? Okay? The truth of the Most High is that, he created us male and female. This is Genesis 5:1. This is the book of the generations of Adam. In the day that the Most High created man, in the likeness of the Most High made he him. Male and female created he them. Yeah? The Most High is the one who determines who's male and who's female, and bless them and call their name Adam in the day that they were created. Yeah. Now Esau is trying to play God and determine, who's a male and who's a female. But as we're seeing here, where did I read that? It says, whatever set of chromosomes a person has when they are born cannot be changed. So as much as you may make yourself up to look like the opposite sex, you are still whatever sex you were born. This is because chromosomes are in all the cells that make up our bodies. It says to change a person's chromosome would mean changing trillions of cells. There aren't any technologies, and Esau would love to be able to have that ability, and probably won't be in the future, that can change a chromosome in all of a person's cell. So regardless of what Esau does, it says, you cannot make a man a woman and a woman a man, regardless of how many hormone treatment you give them, what kind of a gender alignment surgery you give to make them look like the opposite sex. You are still what you are when you're born. Chromosomes does not define gender. Now this is madness Esau is going in. It says, so after they've just said, whatever sex set of chromosomes a person has when they are born cannot be changed. Yeah. This is because chromosomes are in the cells that make up our bodies. Yeah. So sometimes people do not identify with the biological sex they are assigned at birth. Yeah. In short, this is what it means to be transgender. For example, someone can have XX chromosomes and not identify as male, or they can have XY chromosomes and not identify as female. That's because, we're now trying to change the truth into a lie. Says there are also some medical conditions that make identifying as male or female not so simple. For example, some people with XY chromosomes may have a condition where their bodies cannot react to male hormones. In turn, they look, act, and feel like women. An example of such a condition is androgen insensitivity syndrome. In other cases, people with XX chromosomes may have a condition that exposes them to high levels of male hormones before birth, giving them the male body parts. An example of such a condition is called congenital adrenal hyperplasia. This can lead to the individual looking and feeling more like men. And Esau's trying to give excuses for people to try and say that the Mosai doesn't know what he's doing. Yeah, this is why this place has to go, man. A male is a male and a female is a female. And we read this, Genesis 5:2. Male and female create these them. The Most High knows what he was creating when he created mankind. He created male and female, and what you are as birth is what you are. This kingdom tells you that you can be something you're not. You can be someone you're not. Yeah, this is Isaiah 14:13. For thou said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven and exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the cloud. I will be like the Most High. And Esau can never be like the Most High. Yeah. But this is what he's doing, trying to confuse our people, or people in general, to believe that, you was born in the wrong body. The Most High made a mistake when he created you a male or when he created you a female. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man? Yeah. That's what it is. It's just a natural man, a normal man, trying to exalt himself above his status, trying to make himself like the Most High. Is this the man that made the heavens to tremble and that did shake kingdoms? Yeah. And this is Psalms 82:5. It says, they know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. And many people think this is a good thing, being able to pump certain hormones into you to change your physical appearance. Yeah, no, it's not a good thing. The Most High knows what he created. Yeah, so anyone thinking that, you're in darkness. What did it say here? What is that word? I mentioned something about disorder earlier on. That's what this is, man. It's a form of disorder. A mental disorder. Don't need to know what happens during the surgery. Yeah, here it is. understand under the standards of care adopted by the World Professional Association for Transgender Health, the first step usually is meeting with a mental health professional. Why? For diagnosis and therapy of what? A diagnosis of gender identity disorder. So these people have some form of disorder, yeah, a mental disorder, to be honest. So Psalms 82:5 says, "They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness, all the foundations of the earth are out of course." And this is why, as I was saying earlier, we need to be back in our rightful position, because when we're in our rightful position, everything will be set back in its rightful place. You know, a man will know he's a man, a woman will know she's a woman. We won't need to be going through councils, yeah, or have people unable to define what a woman is, man. Yeah, this is 2 Peter 3:13. It says, "Nevertheless, we according to his promise look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness." Yeah, these things are not righteous, man. A male making himself out to be a female and vice versa. Yeah, a male partaking in a female event just because he's taking certain things to try and make himself look like a female. And like I said, if you didn't hear anything, like you look at this here, you can see that's a female, yeah, and she got second place in this race. Look here. No, at no time will you look at this person and think, "Oh, right, that's a female." Yeah, female, male. Confusion, man. This is Psalms. So yeah, Psalms 82:5. Again, they know not, neither will they understand. Yeah, actually, yeah. I've got a few precepts here. Let me look at this. Isaiah 29:6. Let's see what this 16. Isaiah 29:16. Let me grab that, see what that says. Yeah, and Shalom Mark. 29. Isaiah 29:16. That's right. Says, "Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as a potter's clay." Yeah, all this madness that Esau is bringing out, it's going to be esteemed as foolishness, man. "For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not." And that's what Esau is doing when he's doing all these gender reassignment, these surgeries and hormone treatments. He's trying to say to the Most High, well, you don't know what you're doing. "Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding." Yeah, you're trying to tell the Most High, you didn't know what you was doing when you created that being. When you created a male, you didn't know what you was doing. They now know better. Yeah, now I'm a female and vice versa, man. Crazy. Let's have a precept the brother has. Yeah, it says 1 Corinthians 14:33. But that's right. "For the Most High is not the author of confusion." Yeah, that goes beautifully with the Psalms. Psalms 82:5. "They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth is out of course." Why? Because this place is full of confusion, man. So 1 Corinthians 14:33 says, "For the Most High is not the author of confusion, yeah, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints." Yeah, there's another precept here. Which I brought out Romans 1:25. Bring out the 25 again. I read, it says, "Who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie and worship and serve the creature more than the Creator?" Yeah, because our people are now, or people in general, are listening to Esau saying, if you feel he was born in the wrong body, you can change that. The Most High made a mistake. That's what you're basically saying. He was blessed forever. Amen. For this cause the Most High gave them unto vile affections. And some of these vile affections is that mental disorder that you have to go and get yourself checked out for. Yeah. Believing that, a man was born in a wrong body and vice versa. For this cause the Most High gave them up unto vile affections, for even their woman did change the natural use into that which is against nature. Yeah. And that's another form of it. A man making himself out to look like a woman and then picking up a man. That's the same as man going with man, because you can't change your what did it say? You can't change your chromosomes. Didn't it say that? Look here. Let me see. Genetics overall cannot be changed. So far, at least. Well, you can't. Each person is born with a set of genetic instructions wound up into packages called chromosomes. The instructions can help determine things like hair color or eye color. There are also genetic instructions that can lead to sex characteristics. So these things can't be changed. So regardless of how we made a dog out to look like an ass, it is still a dog. For this cause the Most High gave them up unto vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. Yeah, so women also making them, this is in what we call homosexuality today, women playing with women. But also you got women making themselves out to look like men. And likewise also the men leaving the natural use of the woman, yeah, burning in their lust one towards another. And another way they're leaving the natural use of the woman is making themselves out to look like women and then picking up men. Burning in their lust one towards another. Men with men. Yeah, because that's what it is. Yeah. Even if a man makes himself out to look like a woman, there's still a man with a man. Men with men working that which is unseemly. Let's see what that is. Yeah, it's unseemly. Of behavior or actions not proper or appropriate. Yeah, so it's not right. Yeah, you're being inappropriate. Men with men working that which is inappropriate or not right, and receiving in themselves that recompense of the error which was me. And what does the Most High do? That's what the Most High does in all of that. It's up to you. Oh, I want this one. It's lucky. Anyway, and verse I start 9. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. That's what these things are. When you see a dude who's now, he doesn't look like it even gets worse, because when you look at some of these dudes from like what's them that Singapore, it's not Singapore, I forgot their name, man, but them kind of Singapore dudes that make themselves up to look like women, like some of them actually look like women. Hold on, let's see if I can find some. Very deceptive, man, but at the end of the day it's still a woman. Men to give me what I want. Images. Rotted. So queer now. Yeah. Before and after. And this is dangerous science by Esau. This is very dangerous, man. I'm trying to think of the name of them people, man. I remember as a youth in school, in secondary school, this dude that I used to know, this Edomite dude, he said his dad went to Thailand. That's it. He went to Thailand in one of their bars, picked up a woman, got back to wherever they were getting back to. And when he got down below, that bit wasn't changed. You know, it still had like a sausage and 2 eggs. Yeah. This is dangerous science, man. This is why this place has to be changed. Imagine. I'm not being funny now. But this dude here, what's that actor name? Is it Chris Rock? He reminds me a bit of Chris Rock. But look at this now. Like, you see this, you'd think that's an actual chick. This is dangerous work, man. Look at blood clean. It's lucky for the strange French. That's dangerous. This is why this place has to be put to one side. That guy's not easy. Oh, Lord. Strange enough, he looks better as a woman, but it's all off. This place has to go, Israel. And I can see why some of these dudes want to make themselves out to be women. Here's another one. It's terrible. I can't get me a J. So, right. This one everybody knows, the RuPaul. Yeah, the RuPaul theory. Yeah. Brother's got a precept here. Put out some of these precepts. Yeah, Shalom Mark. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yep, I brought this one out already. Yeah, everything is out of course, man. Back to front, upside down, left is right, right is left. No one knows what they're doing these days, man. But yeah, this is dangerous, man. This is why this place has to be gone, man. But this kind of shit on the day. Yeah, deadly. See if I can find some other images. Some of them you can clearly see, you know, transformation didn't really help. It didn't work. Some of them is very dangerous. And I don't know. Lucky. Because that's dangerous. Very dangerous. You know? You go up to this chick here, say, yeah, how you doing, man? Like, what's your name? Yeah, my name's Ari. Voice deeper than yours. Dangerous. This place has to go. Anyway, where was I? I did this again. I was in Thessalonians. Yeah, 2 Thessalonians 2:9. It says, even him whose coming is after working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. And these are lying wonders, man. Yeah. Lying wonders. Lying wonders. Wait. Lying wonders. Dangerous stuff Esau is dealing with, man. This is science. Yeah. It says, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness, because all of that is unrighteous, in them that perish, because that is the end. Actually, what's the scripture says? Where is it? Let's see if I can quickly find this precept. Is it? Don't feel this man. It's fine. 23. It's 23. I'm not doing this feast days. It's lucky as well. 5. Oh, Deuteronomy 23. Deuteronomy 23. Yeah. He that is wounded in the stones or has his privy member cut off shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord. Yeah. So these people here, yeah, you want to go and get yourself a man to make yourself look like a woman to make up yourself like a man. That's it for you, man. That's it for you. Dangerous. Yeah. Walking wild trans. Yeah. Yeah. So I'll read that again. Deuteronomy 23:1. He that is wounded in the stones. Yeah. The stones is dealing with, your lower regions, man. Your sausage and 2 eggs. Or has his privy member cut off, shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord. And that's dealing with man or woman. Yeah, so 2 Thessalonians 2:9, even him who's coming is after the working of Satan, because that's the devilish work, man. That's devilish work with all power and signs and lying wonders. That's a lying wonder. You're gonna look and think, "Raw, yeah, she looks nice," and then you find out, "Raw, that's a dude." Yeah, that's a lying wonder. Yeah. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness, because it's unrighteous in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. Yeah, you was born a man, you are a man. You was born a female, you're a female. And for this cause, Shalakia, the Most High shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. Now you believe, yeah, I am actually a she. No, you just made yourself to look like a she. But whatever, what is it, genetics overall cannot be changed. Yeah, so you're just fooling yourself, man. You're not fooling no one else. Yeah, and for this cause, the Most High shall send them strong delusion. Now, when you look at this word strong delusion, it tells you a mental strain. Yeah, going back to what this was saying. Where is it? Mental disorder, man. Gender identity disorder. Mental health professional. Yeah, because there's a mental disorder going on. Look at this word. Strong delusion. Delusion. It's a mental strain, man. Your mind's fooling you.
Strong's G 4106. Plane.
A wandering, a straying about, one led away from the right way. Yeah, roams hither and thither. See, mental strain. Yeah, your mind's playing tricks on you, man. Where am I? Come back. Yeah, don't fall. What does scripture say? We are not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. So 2 Thessalonians 2:11, and for this cause the Most High shall send them strong delusion, give you a mental strain, that they shall believe a lie. Yeah. Oh, I was born in the wrong body. Most High don't make them mistakes. that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. Yeah, these people have pleasure in unrighteousness. This is all unrighteous, man. It's all unrighteous. Yeah, yeah, right. Try the next one. Yeah, unrighteousness. Unrighteousness. Anyway, they had pleasure in this. What's this? Another precept from the Ark. Psalms 34:16. The face of Yahweh is against them that do evil. Yeah, the Most High ain't on your side. Yeah, we just read it. He gave you a mental strain because you didn't want to believe the truth, man. It says to cut off the remembrance of them from the earth. Yeah, beautiful. It says that they all might be damned. Yeah, cutting off the remembrance of them from the earth who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. Yeah. Read that again, Psalms 34:16. The face of the Lord is against them that do evil, to cut off the remembrance of them from the earth. In the kingdom, none of this is going to be about. You know, you're not going to have no dude walking around looking like this in the kingdom. No way, no sorry. Yeah. See the opposite. Right. Could you know? So you sisters out there, you need to be careful. Says woman with woman. Oh Lord. This place is dangerous. So clear now, yeah? Woman with woman. Woman with woman. Yeah. Mental strain. Jay getting in on the act. Jay kept, I should say, getting in on the act. A new class of men, transgender men. Nah, none of this in the kingdom. You're not gonna make that mistake, yeah. You're gonna see a woman and know it's a woman. Yeah, she's even gonna be wearing a dress. Man's gonna be wearing men attire. Yeah, but yeah, something I just wanted to touch on. Like I said, you know, the elder, I was watching the elder's lesson. Check him out, subscribe, and watch his lesson, that power lesson. Esau system has no sure foundation. Yeah, there's no sure foundation in this, man. Yeah, none at all. Nothing sure in that. It's just destruction coming your way if you want to pick up. You know, though hand join in hand. Yeah. So hand join in hand. Yeah. But anyway, Israel, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna close out. I'm gonna give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Waharaka Kadash, Kwam Yasha'Allah.